Okay, so it looks like we can officially have confirmation that the whole Pusha T and Drake beef is definitely come to an end at this point as far as them going back and forth on records. The person who is behind founding Drake, his son is the one who discovered Drake. He was the one who had the money and the backing to really help and push Drake along to, you know, solidify him and align him with Young Money and things like that. Well, Jay Prince went on several interviews and he pretty much gave his word that the beef was done. He reached out to Drake and he told Drake, you know, Pusha T had went too far, that lines were crossed when Pusha T talked about his mother, his father, and, you know, talking about his friend and things like that, that it went too far.
You talked with Drake and you told him to no longer respond to Pusha T. You feel like it crossed the line?
Yeah, definitely I feel like it crossed the line where music was concerned. The disrespect for his mother, the disrespect for his father.
So apparently, according to him, Drake was ready to go. He had a diss track ready. And in this diss track, it was some pretty hefty, serious things going in on Kanye that would have possibly ended his career. And they decided that, you know, for the camp's sake, Drake didn't need to take it that far and go that far into, you know, ending Kanye's career. And, you know, it was beyond rap if he would have took it to where he was going to take it.
The ingredients, the ingredients was overwhelming, you know what I mean? And I saw this going in a place that I feel would have ended his career if Drake would have put out the song that he had on him.
Okay, so as you can see, he's saying that he reached out to Drake. I put very minimal clips in there, but he has done full interviews around the web. If you guys want to look up the Breakfast Club interview, I think he went on Hot 97, he went on Sway, he went on a lot of interviews, and in each interview they asked and he talked about this beef and how he wanted to end it because he was around back when the whole Biggie and Tupac era happened, and, you know, he's seen this going somewhere that, you know, would have been deeper than rap. I don't see how it could have went past straight on wax, but I also don't know what Drake had on Kanye in this record, but I think it's kind of whack that they decided to end it, in my opinion, in that way. I think if Drake would have responded, I think Pusha T would have responded as well on wax as well. But again, I don't know what Drake had that was so detrimental to Kanye that would have made it go to a life or death situation. I don't know. Maybe he's considering the fact of how, you know, Kanye is bipolar and he seems like, you know, I don't know. Maybe he think Kanye would have offed himself. I don't really know. I don't get that. But anyways, Mysonne has came forward and he's a rapper and he's pretty vocal about social issues and injustices and things like that. And, you know, he did a really cool response to the I'm Not Racist record and, you know, amongst other things that he's done. Anyways, he decided to respond to, you know, Jay Prince saying that, you know, Pusha T went too far and that, you know, the beef was over, this, that, and the third. Here's what he had to say.
I have to say that I disagree on his premise about the pigpen mentality. Drake drew first blood. In meaning, so you brought a man's fiance in any capacity. The minute that you bring someone's fiance or someone that they love in any capacity, then all the gloves are off. You can't tell me that because I talk about your mother and you talk about my girl is different. I could love my girl more than you love your mother. How do you get to tell me that? I remember a brother told me before, if you smack me, you can't get mad that I shoot you. However, you start the war, I don't have to finish it the way that you started. I have to finish it how I feel like finishing it. So all is fair in love and war. I'm not going to go to war to your strengths. I'm not going to be boxing if I don't box better than you and we wrestle and we at war. We fighting. I'm trying to grab you. I'm not going to do the things that you anticipate and you know that you can win at doing. That's not war. I'm going to go to my strengths. I'm going to point at your weaknesses. And that's what Pusha is doing. So to tell him that he's have a pigpen mentality, I don't think that's fair. I understand that you invested in Drake. I understand that this is your artist. And it makes sense to say that. But why? How else is he supposed to go to war? He's supposed to talk about how much more money he got than him? Is he supposed to talk about how much more record sales he got than him? No, he can't win doing that, but he can attack the man's integrity. He can attack his street credibility. He can attack things that he know that he's going to benefit at. He knows that he's strong at. So, you know, the bottom line for me, man, it's all fan love and war.
Okay, so upon listening to him, what do you guys think? Do you think that Drake should be listening to the guy backing him and not responding? Because at this point, technically, if he does not respond, he technically did lose in this battle, according to popular opinion. I'm not sure if the beef that Jay Prince is talking about is the same track that people were alleging that Lil Wayne was on as well. There was allegations that, you know, there was a diss track made and Lil Wayne was on the track and this, that, and the third. I'm not sure if he's talking about that track or if he's talking about a totally new track. But what I will say before I, you know, go into this a little bit more, I don't want to see a no frauds ×2 with Drake. I don't want to see Drake replying to Pusha T with Lil Wayne in the way that Nicki Minaj did in the whole Remy Ma beef. I think that would be kind of whack. But you know, I've also seen other people's opinions about the beef. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast and they didn't talk about the No Frauds record. That's my own thoughts. But when I had seen the whole Joe Budden podcast, Mal was talking about how if he is going to listen to Jay Prince and he is going to end it, that he doesn't want to hear Drake sneak dissing Pusha T in any other rhymes. If they're not going to go back and forth on wax, then, you know, he doesn't want to hear him, you know, sneak diss him in another record. And I think, to me, I agree. Like, I was happy and I was here for it because I'm like, man, this summer is about to be lit. Like, you know, they about to go in and back and forth, and this is what hip hop is about. And they're bringing back the whole, you know, premise of battle rapping, and it's bringing me back to, you know, my earlier teenage days when like battle rapping was a big thing, and you know, I was getting excited. So if it's not gonna be that, then I mean, I kind of agree that, you know, to not respond and then try to like throw like a little light jab here and there, like, you know, like just like Nicki Minaj did with the whole no frauds thing. I think that's gonna be an even bigger L. But you guys let me know what you guys think. I still got faith in Drake. Jay Prince is pretty confident that Drake will not respond, and a part of me is hoping that he goes against the people that is backing him and does respond, because I held him to a high regard. I thought for sure that he would, you know, be up for the challenge, and if anybody was gonna make hip hop back where hip hop needed to be, it would definitely be the guy who washed Meek. And you know, now that he has an opponent that's somebody that's equally yoked in rap as him, I'm not really here for him tucking his tail at this point. Like, I'm not here for that at all. Anyways, though, considering what Jay Prince has said across all the interview platforms, and being that Drake has not responded yet, do you think that the beef is officially over? And I really, really still want a Pusha T response. Like, I'm so like irritated that, you know, Kanye and Jay Prince and all these people are like speaking out and, you know, talking about how they're not about beef and this is going too far and this and that. Like, all the man said was Drake had a baby and his daddy left him and, you know, like took a little jabs. I don't think it was detrimental to where it's like, okay, now we're going to shoot each other. Like, they're acting like, you know, this is on some crazier level. Like, I'm just not understanding it. So given what we know now, what do you guys think? Do you think that Drake will respond, considering Jay Prince is saying that he told him not to respond? Or are you, you know, believing that the beef is over and it is what it is? Like I said earlier, I think that if Drake addresses Pusha T in a no frauds type of style like record with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj, I think that is gonna give him an even bigger L. And I'm a Drake fan. Like I said in other videos, I listen to Drake all the time. I buy his music. I love his music. But hey, a L is a L. Like, whether I like you or not, if you got a L, it's a L. So if Drake does not respond, he loses. And if Drake responds in a no frauds type of style record, I will view it the same way like I viewed it when Nicki Minaj did that weak shit, and it's gonna be an L as well. And lastly, what do you think about what Mysonne had to say about this whole beef? Let's talk about it in the comments. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. But in order to do that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button right now. Don't wait, do it right now. Alright guys, peace.